Okay, this is lesson 1.2, the method of substitution. So we're learning an algebraic method for solving a linear system to give the exact solution. So we did talk about this briefly in 1.1. We did it to check our graph, right? Steps to solving a linear system using the method of substitution. Okay, so the first part is we need to isolate one of the variables. So either x or y in one of the equations. That's the first step. Okay, because once we isolate that variable, we're going to use it and we're going to plug it into the other formula. Okay, that's the idea. So usually we pick the one that's easier, right? The one that's by itself doesn't have a variable next to it. That's the one we usually pick. Okay. 2, we'll substitute the expression you have determined into the other equation for the corresponding variable. So that's, we're going to isolate one variable by itself, and then we're going to substitute one in for the other. Sorry? Yeah, thanks. Number 3, we will solve the new equation. Okay, that's the third step. That's the big one. Number 4, we're going to substitute the value of the variable that you determined into the original equation. So we can pick either one. So we're taking the value for x or y, whatever it is that we solve for, we sub that into the other equation, and we get the other variable. Okay, that's the idea. Finally, we'll solve this equation to find the remaining variable. We'll verify the solution. Anyone remember how we verify a solution? Yep.
Plug the result back into the equation.
Yeah, and then what do we want to find out when we plug the value? Do you remember, RC? We're going to take the answer for x or y and we're going to plug it in to both sides, right? That's verifying the solution. And what do we want both sides to do? No. It is the point of intersection of the solution, but what? Yeah, we want them to equal the same, right? We want the left side to equal the right side. That's right. And then if we know it says like 7 equals 7, we know we got the right answer. Make sense? Okay. You have your sweater, right? Okay. And then we'll write our final statement. All right, so here, let's do this. Find the solution for the linear system using the substitution method. Okay, so in this case, we don't need to rearrange any of the formulas because we have them both set up already for y equals. So what we need to do is take this y value here and we're going to sub it in to that y value. So we end up getting negative 2x minus 3 equals 3x minus 8. Any questions there? That's the first step. Okay. Now this isolating variables here, this is grade 9 here. We need to know how to rearrange this, right? So I'm going to bring all of the x values to the left-hand side, and I'm going to take all of the numbers by themselves and move them to the right. So what I end up with is okay. Then we get minus 5x equals negative 5, x equals 1. Any questions there? All right, now that I have x equals 1, I can sub that back into either equation. Let's just sub it into the first one. I'm going to get y equals negative 2x minus 3. We get negative 2 minus 3. We get y is equal to negative 5. All right, so there are my two values for x and y. Now we want to verify if these two values are the correct solution. So I can sub in these values into either equation. I'll choose the next equation here. So I'm going to say negative 5 equals 3 times 1 minus 8. Negative 5 equals 3 minus 8. Negative 5 equals negative 5.
So now,
Yeah.
it doesn't show the work on his phone.